We really learned a lot about listening. For me personally, I have a hard time with the listening part, and I tend to go to the solution before I've given a person kind of a chance to share what their goals are, what their motives are, what their beliefs are. And so it taught me I really need to listen, slow down, and be very intentional.
What I got from today was basically like a clarity. I get goosebumps thinking about it because how they explain it to you, it actually touches you. It really reaches down and says, this is your purpose. This is how you can have even as quick as it was, a guide to move forward.
Today is my first time I've ever been to one of these events. I'm a brand new entrepreneur, and honestly, I've listened to a lot of speakers, and this man is changing my life. I listened to him today, and I cried, and he makes it so real. Excuse me. No, I got the chance to speak with him after I listened to him talk about, he changed his life. He started from a really hard position, and it was just wave after wave of struggles over and over and over again. And that's so like every single one of us. We all have that problem, and that's so hard to deal with. But today he spoke about, his main 4 Ps. If you missed it, you guys can watch it. He'll talk about it, of course. But, he spoke to me, and he looked me in the eye, and he treated me like a human being. And, he's at a different status in life, but he's just like every single one of us. And that was really important to me. And he's going to change my life. So I really appreciated getting the chance and opportunity to listen to him and meet him.
I'm an old dog, and I'm learning a new trick today from Michael and Edwin on how I can evaluate people in 8 seconds or less using the DISC system, which I think will also help me in my personal life and my family relationships.
It's my second time having the pleasure to listen to Edwin. He's a very highly dynamic and motivated speaker and entertainer. Today, he has helped our team become positive and prepared.
I've been to quite a few of these. We had one last year at other jobs I've had. They were very personal. It was like I was sitting down to talk to my brother, my sister, my best friend. They brought in their own personal touch, their honesty, and didn't feel like I was sitting at a talk. I felt like I had friends telling me, hey, this is the way to be the best you, and that I could implement these new things to not only help myself, but to help my family, my kids, my husband, my co-workers.
So I am actually a recent graduate from Texas A&M San Antonio. I actually graduated just in December. So as a marketing major, I was able to learn a lot of different ways to communicate with people. And it was great to hear people who have actually done this in real life say, hey, this is why it worked for me, and this is how come I was able to grab myself from the ground and come up. And so that's what he was saying at the end of the presentation here, and how it had affected his life and with his family. And that's truly my goal, is to have my family be happy and safe and cared for. So when he's here sharing this type of information to make sure you're successful and not so struggling on your own without any help, this guidance is really just great and pushes you in the right direction.
Listening, I think, is that's the hardest part for me, is to learn to listen to people. And so to hear that and to stop and listen, not throw out your products and your features and all of those things all up front, but just try to get as much information. And I think that's probably the biggest takeaway on that side, because that's the one thing I don't do often. I want to throw out the features, throw out what we can do without knowing really what they are looking to do, and kind of get that back. So it's really great to hear it instead of always reading it all the time.
This has been a great summit for our Movement Regional Summit this week. It's great to have Edwin Britt and Michael Ray Newman talking to us about the trust selling process, the client-centered process. I'm eating everything up. I love knowing about myself and having that self-awareness with our DISC profiles and learning more about that. This is going to help me not only in my business but also at home, so thank you guys so much for being here today.
Come on in, it'll impact your life. It'll really move you. It will really take you one step forward, and taking it one day at a time. That's one of the things that I have gotten today also. It's just one step after the other.
There are more than just business things that you learn here. It affects you in your whole life. It's personal life, it's professional life. It really is an impactful and a life-changing course.